Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Oh, hello. It's Tuesday night. Time for another live Wicked Horror Show. I'm Kevin, and this week again we're joined by Angel from That Strange Show.
What is up, people? Hope your
And
day is... Oh, I guess I'm done.
Yep, you are. And Tony is muted. And what's up, Tone?
I don't know why I was muted, but
Yeah,
what
I'm
is going on, people?
Yeah, so we have no guests, so we're just going to talk about some stuff and some things.
Some things and stuffs.
Yeah, there was a trailer that that Angel wanted to talk about. There's you saw some movies and some TV shows. I watched some true crimes. There's some other stuff from whoever's got things to mention. Whatevs. Tony's got conventions to go to. We got all these things over here now.
Yeah, we got Tony. Tony's growing out his beard.
Yep.
Even more this week. I love it.
Yep. He's gonna be pitching beats at the local I don't know.
Yeah, he's you before we started rolling, you said you were making your way to Monster Mania at some point.
Is it Monster Mania or is it Monster something else?
It's Monster Mania.
Oh, all right. All right.
But they have it a few different places, like beginning of October, they had one in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore.
Shout out.
This time they have it in Oaks, Pennsylvania. And then the main one that where it first started was Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
So the one I've been to, Cherry Hill.
Shout out.
So it's just growing. So this time it's got a bunch of people. I don't know if you could bring it up.
Well, now I didn't even think of it before. Let me pull it up.
Hey, I know you could. And this is why everyone who is listening should watch live at least once, because now we'll be talking about said convention.
Yeah,
and we will show pictures of the people that are going.
Yeah, you can see Kevin. Bring it up.
Bring up the wonderful bean footage.
Yeah. And then we're streaming live right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, mention that.
Block of Horror at the Prophets Theater. Shout out to those guys for putting us
profiting.
Putting us
on theater.
The theater.
Yeah,
blockofhorror.com. Go check them out. So Monster Mania 61, huh?
Yes.
I see Terrifier, the Scream, Aliens, Beetlejuice, Reunions. Okay.
So there's a whole
Randy Blythe
from Lamb of God.
Yes.
See Randy Blythe right there.
Is he because he writes, right? Is he like presented as a horror or
the picture is just if you go to guests.
I'm going.
It's just Randy Blythe, Lamb of God.
Randy Blythe, Blything it up old school. It's the name of his new book. Blything it up like nobody's Blythe before.
Alec Baldwin. Oh, wow. Look at that stoic face.
He's like, hey, everybody, it's me.
The Shadow. Remember that movie? The movie slaps. I know it doesn't live up.
30 Rock. That lives up.
And then The Hunt for Red October. That's a good one. Gina Davis. The Fly. Classic. Thelma and Louise. Spoiler alert. They die. Beetlejuice. And then A League of Their Own.
Let's not forget the Gina Davis show.
There's a Gina Davis show.
I see that. Bottom line, yes.
Oh, and Transylvania 65000.
Transylvania 65000.
That's another one.
Eli Roth. He was just at that one in Worcester, wasn't he?
I believe so. You're talking about Silver Screams?
Yeah. He was just there.
Yeah. This guy looks familiar.
Eli Roth? Yeah. No, Paul Reiser.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aliens Part 2.
You know what I was just thinking? And I was totally, I was like, I don't know if this was on purpose, but with this Stranger Things season 4 thing right there, I was thinking that, what was that movie, Alien Mine?
Oh, Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, like, by looking at that, I was like, he was in Enemy Mine? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's Stranger Things.
That was Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, Louis Gossett Jr. That movie's great.
R.I.P. to him.
Last I remembered, it was great. I haven't watched it in so long. I'm afraid.
It's been a while for me too, but I own the soundtrack. I was spinning that a couple months ago, and it still slaps.
Well, the soundtrack and the movie are two different things.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Biehn.
Hello, everybody.
Do it for the bean. Do it for the bean. He was in Tombstone?
Tom Skerritt. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, The Seventh Sign, bro. That movie, The Seventh Sign. Do you remember that movie?
I do not.
Good movie. Good movie.
Is that with Demi Moore?
I don't remember who's in it.
What was there was like a thing in the cartoon or something with Tom Skerritt.
Cartoon?
It was like a reference to a joke. I don't know. In my mind, it's just a Family Guy thing where they mentioned Tom Skerritt.
It probably is.
Probably. Oh, snap.
Oh, the little girl.
She's like, how you doing, everybody? I'm signing autographs over here now. Veronica Cartwright.
Oh, they're doing an Aliens reunion then, huh?
Yep.
Tony didn't mention that. She was in The Birds? What?
Yeah, Nancy Cartwright. I mean, Veronica Cartwright. Nancy Cartwright.
She was in The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Yeah, she was also in The Witches of Eastwick.
Okay, but she was also in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'm pointing out like these two iconic. The Birds, though.
Yeah, The Birds. The Birds.
Was she that one that was like that one?
She was a bird.
Oh, all right.
Carl Toop.
He let everyone down by not losing his hair.
There you go. I mean, he's beautifully coiffed.
I'm just saying, with the last name Toop, gonna be like, yeah, it's me. I'm Charles Toop. Yeah, he didn't take his hair off. Just pointing out the obvious here, guys. These are all obvious things.
Who else we got? Oh, new people from newer movies. Here we go.
Totally Killer. If you haven't seen that one, that one's a fun one. On
that's I haven't seen it, but is that the one that's time travel in it?
Yeah, it's like they use a old school photo. One of those things you photo booth. It takes you back in time. Then I must say the coolest part is there's a appearance of the Gravitron. For those of you who used to go to the fair and the carnivals and stuff, there's a Gravitron in it. I'm like, oh, that's totally awesome.
Did you used to do the tricks and like scare people in there, like
flip over and like sit up on the
get
thing?
Diarrhea and vomit?
No, never that.
I didn't go on the Gravitron ever.
I love that one.
Freaky.
And they had the outside one. It was like the roundup where it was just open.
Yeah. That's the cage. It was like a cage.
Yeah.
I see
from
Abigail, Victor Frankenstein, the new Frankenstein. Is it? No, it's,
Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah.
That freaky movie.
She was in an Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man and the Wasps.
I heard someone last night on Kill Tony do the Ant-Man joke that I've done a billion times, and they got a laugh, and it was still a bad joke.
All right.
Saying like, "What's next, Uncle Woman?" But they actually got a laugh.
Was it one of the 1 minute guys?
Yeah. It was on Kill Tony, and what just happened with Kill Tony. I'm not going to get into election stuff, but what just happened with Kill Tony. David Howard Thornton's going to be there.
Yeah, shout out.
Art Tholomew the Clownenstein.
He's going to be in Santa costume photo ops.
Yes. So me and my buddy are going, and they're actually having a dual. I think they had just single art, but then there's also a double where it's Art the Clown and
Daniel
Roebuck in costume together.
That's so dope.
It's going to be I never did a what do you want to call it? Like a professional photo op.
Three-way?
So I never did a three-way either, but I don't know how it goes. So I don't know if they you can tell pick a pose for them to do, or they have the same pose for every picture or whatever. So I'm not sure what we're walking into.
So is Samantha is the lovely lady to the right here in this photo, correct?
Yes, we actually had her on the show.
I know, but I'm saying so technically I would consider her the new tub girl, because that was the scene that grossed a lot of people out, was that tub scene, because it was pretty nasty.
Well,
it was just gross.
Also the glass scene.
Yeah. Oh,
that goes without saying.
Oh yeah, I didn't even remember that. Yeah. I blocked that out of my mind.
That was the shout out to The Exorcist, if you know.
Yeah, there was actually a few. They had I forget who made it.
They're stacked over there with all the Terrifier people.
Yeah, so, well, they're not too far out. Like they're New Jersey. I mean, that's New Jersey, so they're not too far away. But I'm saying, I know
Elliot is from New Jersey. But Amelie was not supposed to. She wasn't originally there, but Lauren had to cancel, so they brought on Amelie. Which, so I guess now it says that I wish I knew beforehand, because that would have been a pretty cool one if you got David and Amelie and the clown getup. I would have probably chose that one over Daniel Roebuck, because I thought,
what if you did all three?
Did you have to?
Well, each picture was like $200.
But I'm saying, what if there was a thing that you could get all three of them, like her as art, him as art as Santa, and then Santa. What if all three of them were incorporated in one photo?
That would be cool, but then I guess it wouldn't technically make sense, because
you wouldn't make sense.
And is Damien Leone photo op too with Damien, or no?
No.
What if he was in it? Would that make more sense? You know what? How about all these people? What if they were all in it? Would that make more sense for you?
Would they all be in Santa Claus costume?
Santa Claus costumes? No, they would.
Santa Claus.
They would just be okay. He's known for Terrifier 3 as being a Santa Claus, and she's known because of the tub, and so she's going to be in a tub covered in stuff, and it's just them being who they're going to be that day.
Costume. Okay.
Yeah, and he's going to be him.
Eating worms.
Yeah. Eating worms, the Lost Boy style.
And
Shawnee Smith's just going to be you're going to have her take the actual photo.
Yeah. Covered in needles.
What? Are you frigging killing me?
Ty West too?
Oh my God, dude.
You can't. That's actually, I guess they just announced that, because I didn't.
God damn your face, Tony.
They didn't.
I was just what is this? What is this pearl thing down here for? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, the House of the Devil, ABC's of Death, bro.
ABC's of Death, nothing. His segment in ABC's of Death, I think, was bleh.
TV them.
I'm just saying, House of the Devil, Intakers. I mean, sorry, Innkeepers, Intakers.
For me, it's a sacrament.
It's gonna work.
For me, it's a sacrament.
Yeah, the sacrament's dope too.
Yeah.
And the trilogy. I mean, you can't go wrong with X, Pearl, and Max.
Right. But I'm saying House of the Devil is what. That's still I don't know. Then Innkeepers, I think too, because so many people either despise that movie or they're like, no, that movie's terrifying. It's one or the other for people. Yeah. Oh, that movie's so boring. I'm like, okay. I find it very suspenseful. Meanwhile, all the other movies everyone else thought was suspenseful.
Is that it? Ty West closing it out?
Nope.
Grant Kramer.
I'm Grant Kramer from
he's
Clowns.
Mikey Tobacco.
So I know you're gonna go meet him, but you're just gonna go bleh, Ty West, whatever.
Yeah, you better get something signed by Ty West.
And then also you should be like, hey, you do podcasts?
Bro, you got the Soup Nazi?
Why is he there? Just because of Postal, I guess, right?
No, he's in Paranormal Calamity, Austin Powers.
Oh yeah, that terrifying movie, Austin Powers. I'm just saying.
Plus, he's crazy. But next to him, we got Mark Metcalf.
Yeah, but he was in Animal House. That's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
The Final Terror. He was also in
Twister
Buffy the
Sister.
Vampire Slayer and Angel.
Hey, I'm right here.
Sorry, he was in you. I just forgot to tell you. Danielle Harris is going to be there.
I just watched Halloween 4 yesterday.
There's Randy Blythe.
What's he doing?
He's being his first appearance at Mustamania.
That's kind of cool.
Lead vocalist, then guest vocals on I Hate God.
Have you ever heard that band?
I Hate God?
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I don't know if I've heard them.
They're so good. Gutter New Orleans, like gutter fucking rock punk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. But then it says TV and film. But it says Bite School 2. Yeah. He wasn't in Bite School 1. That's where my music's all over it.
And then he's got Hair Metal Shotgun Zombie Massacre. All right.
And yeah.
Thanksgivings. Oh, Eddie Furr?
Yep.
He was nice. The interactions I had with him were always like pleasant.
Yeah,
I stick up for him because people are just mean to him for the sake of just being a-holes.
Yeah, he was chill.
Like,
we saw him at probably the same spot you saw him.
At, same con. And he's just like, hey man. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And that was like every time he'd go down the hallway, he was just like, hey man. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. Just chilling.
But I mean, like that's the same one that Billy Zane was just like peasants, like whatever.
Yeah, I watched him like talk shit about people in his head from the corner holding his newspaper and coffee cup. Yeah. I thought it was the funniest, like he's just motherfucking everybody.
Yeah, as they all walk past him and don't buy anything from him.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I have a child.
Yeah, that's good.
Eugene Clark, bro, he's awesome. When we met him at Rock and Shock, first he was like, we're taking pictures of his table, and he thought we were just because I didn't have like the press pass out.
Yep.
And he was like, hey man, and I'm like, oh, I'm with Rock and Shock, and he's like, oh, step right up.
Yeah.
What you want me to stand right here? You want me to growl? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, it's taking pictures. And then he's like, make sure you email them to me so I can use them.
Yeah,
like, you got it.
I was at Scaricon in upstate New York years ago, and I was just walking by, and there was people, and like there was no one to take pictures for him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll do it for a bit. And I just I was like the guy that was just taking pictures for him for a little bit. Like while I could, in between like stuff going on at the booth and panels and stuff.
No, but he was awesome.
Yeah, he was a good dude. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. I'm just looking to see if I've seen any of these movies. I don't think I have.
That's Malignant.
What?
Party of Five.
Oh, I'm looking at the posters behind her.
Oh, I'm looking at the bottom. Jennifer Blank Bean. Buzz Hassan, co-creator of the Living Corpse comics, tattoo artist. Scott Jackson. She's canceled due to filming, not for.
Oh no! Oh yeah, because I heard that
she's in a bigger movie with who the hell is she taping with?
What? Laurie Metcalf was going to be there and she canceled. Yeah. What? Sam Raimi was going.
Damn.
I was going to say Ted Raimi, but Sam Raimi was going to be there. Jesus, man.
Yeah, this one. I wish this lineup was in Baltimore.
I wish you were in Baltimore.
Because me and my buddies were thinking, it's the first time there. Maybe they'll have like a big. I mean, it was good too, but it definitely didn't have as many as with this one. This one definitely has some heavy hitters.
Yeah, but you're still going though. So
yeah, I'm gonna see how much because my budget with the one in October kind of.
No, budgeting out, just going to cons.
I know because I know you be getting around. Tony be fucking.
This is a dude who didn't go to any.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he's just like, I need a fix.
Yeah.
I need a fix.
It's like, man,
I'm chasing that dragon.
My buddy Steve, who's been doing it for, I think he said he's been 12 years or something like that.
Going
and he's like, he's like, I remember when most people charged like $20 to $40 was like the highest that it would
I remember
go.
paying $25 at Rock and Shock.
Yeah.
Now
easily.
Now some of the people like there were Matt Lillard cost me over $100.
Oof.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I remember hearing that. What's his face? Captain Kirk there.
Jean-Luc?
No. Shut your mouth. What's his
William Shatner's.
Yeah, I kept thinking Shakespeare. I'm like
William Shakespeare.
I remember when I heard that he was over $100. I mean, like, what? Who's gonna pay that? And I was like, oh, everyone.
Everybody.
That's who's gonna pay that.
With Matt Lillard's line, it was out the door and around, so he must have made a killing. Yeah. I mean, the only reason I would do because we went and got VIP for Baltimore. So even with VIP, it still took me an hour to get to meet him because there was so many people. They were like intertwining, like the people that were actually online to begin with. So it was like one VIP, one regular. Then it was like a couple VIP, and then so even with like a VIP thing, it took me like an hour to meet him.
Oh, wow.
But it was definitely worth it for sure. He was an awesome guy. I brought a movie. I brought 2 movies actually. One movie was Animal Room, which was one of his first. And he's like, "You bring this to me?" I'm like, "Yes."
Bring this to me. You bring this to me.
This is what he's like. You're crazy. He's like, "You're a crazy motherfucker," and that's what he wrote on the on my thing. He's like, "You're crazy, dude." But I'm like, I like to bring stuff that gets this. And he's like, "Well, you
ruined my day."
No, he's like, actually, he's like, you made my night. So
that's
just meeting it. I wanted to meet him from the other time because we were. His line was 5 hours long? I think they said, and we didn't have time. So he was in the same room as all the Terrifier people. So we were online for the Terrifier, and just seeing him interact with his fans, I'm like, I definitely got to meet this guy. And once he was mentioned, I'm like, I'm using my VIP on him.
Yeah, they had those tickets, right? They're handing out like IOU passes, and they're saying like you're in this batch, but even though you're holding these, it still doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get through in that time.
Yeah, so it was definitely
crazy.
No, I learned.
It's good. I mean, it's good, but like I don't know.
Yeah, like
you got a lot of patience there, sir.
That's the thing. Anytime I go to conventions and it's like celebrity heavy, I usually do like the top of the morning to you walk by, and that's about it.
Top of the morning. Yep. And bottom of the ninth. Like when we would be at like when Leo would get like a booth at like Terrificon or something, it'd always be like right towards the entrance. So we'd be there before it even opened. Yeah. So people would be coming in, and like Phil Lamar would be walking by, and we'd be like, "Good morning, Phil." And he's like, "Good morning, guys." You know, like I'm gonna make fun noises and voices from Futurama.
Yeah. Like
I'm gonna get shot in the head in the back seat in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, like the years we had like press passes. This is when I was doing conventions more. Now I go less and less, but it was fun. Shooting the shit before anything opened and like walking by.
Like I helped Bill Moseley bring some of his stuff in at the last Rock and Shock, just because I was like, "Hey, Bill, you need help?" And he's like, "Sure."
Yeah. And like
I was just there.
Saying good morning to Sid Haig, R.I.P. to him. And I was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a good day today, right?" And we're gonna do it.
That's
so
right.
I had 2 stories from Baltimore. So I get into
you reenacted The Wire, scene for scene.
Scene for scene, exactly.
Yep.
So me and my buddy get into the elevator, and one of the guys from, I believe it was Christine, was there. I didn't recognize him because he didn't look like anything like his character.
He was either the guy or the car. One of them was in the elevator. I think it was
it was the guy that beat him up, the bully or whatever from Christine, which he didn't look like what he was. Now he's a little like more buff, and he's like white hair and stuff. So he's sitting there and he's like, "Oh,"
he's like trying to threaten you.
I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "That's a pretty cool beard you got there." He's like, "It goes out." I'm like, yeah, I guess that's the way.
You're like, thanks, I grew it myself.
And so then later on, or was it the next day or later on that night, I ended up going back to the room, and I had to run to the bathroom. I come back down, and who's in the elevator with me? Ron Perlman. But he looked very disheveled and like angry.
Yeah. I'm like, he's like, nice beer, gross out. That's for chips. And you just put some chips in there, like.
I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
So that was my 2 stories.
2 stories.
The elevator with
Tony's 2 stories.
Tony's 2 stories. 2 stories by 9 fingers.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Convention, because I know we just got through some. Well, I didn't go, but Mandy and Ryan did.
Yeah,
I didn't go either. I lived vicariously. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I was, tasting the
vivaciously.
Yeah, vivaciously.
Voluptuously.
But yeah, I think next year I'm gonna try to start going back out to conventions and trying to see about getting press passes to some of these joints.
Hey, Jamie Hill's in the chat. What's up, Jamie?
Jamie, what's up?
I just someone for some reason put a meme, a Skinamarink meme, and people were being very 50-50 about it, and I spoke my piece.
You went in there.
Well, I must say that Skinamarink is definitely one of those like polarizing movies where either you love it or you don't understand it, and you don't.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just today that this happened too. Yeah, it was just today. It's interesting that she's in the chat.
So
while she's here, Grotesque 2 is now streaming on Prime, I believe.
Oh yes.
And also, since we're talking about Skinamarink, Kyle also just was announced to start working with A24 on something.
Oh, that's right. So that's a pretty big get for him. Yeah, that's huge.
So congrats on that. I hit him up on Twitter and I said like that. Congrats.
And he's just like, who are you?
No, he gave it a heart. So I was like, I feel seen.
Yay. Speaking of people feeling seen, I guess, and this is kind of convention-y, I guess, as well. I just wanted to give a shout out my friend Jesse, who owns JR's Spooky Shack.
Oh, yes.
They just had an event at, I'm going to share it 1 second.
Yeah, it is a new store. Well, it's open, what, 2 years
now? It's been open, maybe, I don't even know. Has it? I think it's been a little over a year. But they just had an event there where he's had a few events, but this was like a fairly large one, especially to happen this time of year. I don't know if you ever watched it or if you know anything about him, Tony. I know Angel does because I know Mandy's all about it. But the Boulay Brothers Drag Race.
Is that on Shudder?
Yep. It's the Shudder drag, it's the horror themed drag show. He just had the Boulay Brothers like a signing at his shop.
Yeah,
nice.
And it's huge because it's a tiny shop. It's great. It's an awesome shop, but it's a small shop. And to get something that big, that's huge.
Yeah, I saw him
in words
making the rounds on the internet,
making the rounds downtowns. But yeah, there's a picture of that's Jesse there. That's his lovely girlfriend, and that's his mom.
Oh,
and then there's the Boulay Brothers, and that's besides one of their little areas.
That's pretty cool, man. Shout out to him. He used to do what was his old podcast?
What is it called?
Screamings or something.
I forget what it was called. He was like the first guest on Black and White Fright.
Yeah. He also has I don't know if he still has a hearse.
Yes, he drives a hearse. Yeah.
I told him when he was doing podcasts, I was talking to him for a little bit, but I'm like, you should do like a podcast out of the hearse, like
they totally should,
like a rolling death type of deal, you know.
He totally should. I would help him with that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, shout out to Jesse.
He's a busy dude. Yeah, he's a good dude, and I knew him from, I just met him on the job at DCU when I worked there. Like the first 6 months I was there. Sergio saying, "What's up? What's up?
What up, Sergio?"
But Jamie was saying, that Grotesque 2 it's on Prime, and she's Mabel. We watched both of them, right?
Yeah.
Well, I rewatched the first one and watched the second one because we just had
the director on.
Because I totally forgot that we had them on before, and I am a dummy.
Bro, you're Mr. Forgetfuls.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, see?
You kids nowadays with your loud music and your beeps and your whistles and your loud and your Dan Fogelberg.
Why others? But yeah, you're terrible.
Yeah, no, I am pretty bad. I'm sure the meds have plenty to do with it. Honestly.
No, it's all right. That's why I'm here, to remind you.
Yeah, you're my CPA. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, remember you said this? And you're like, I don't.
No. How do you wipe again? What was that? Is it back to front? I forget.
Oh, man.
Is it side to side?
Yeah, so shout out to Jesse.
Yeah. Good job, Jess. I'm proud of you. Proud of you, brother.
Doing the damn thing.
That's a big deal. Like, I'm sure, like they did a show at the Boulay Brothers did a show out in Boston, and it was like huge, like sold out, packed show.
I think
it's like a RuPaul's. It's like the competition to RuPaul.
Yeah, I think Mandy went to that with a few friends.
Yep.
Speaking of show on, it's not on Shudder, but it's on Amazon Prime. When I was at Monster Mania, Danielle Harris was doing a QA with Scout Taylor Compton, and her and Matt Lillard, they did a short. It's like 2 or 3 episodes. I guess just couple pilot episodes of
the cake
Killer
show?
Cake. Yes,
that shit was dope.
It was pretty interesting. I think it was 2 episodes where it's 4 different teams go against each other. It's like a baking show. It's like a baking show, and it's like, okay, make this cake in like a creature, and you gotta make it move, and you gotta do. And the first one was like a serial killer, and you had to kill off the serial killer and have like a story behind it. So all of them are pretty cool looking.
Yeah. There was one one of them was they made like an electric chair, and like with like sparks and all this shit. Because like they gave them prompts like your cake has to vomit, or like you have to make a serial killer cake, and the whatever it has to kill. Like you have to make items that'll kill it. So like one of them was electric chair, the other one was like a hook, and like but it was awesome. It was a good I thought it was like a whole big thing, but I guess it's a pilot. To see how it goes, but it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen those kind of shows before, but not hosted by or judged by those.
It was hosted by Matt, and then one of the celebrity judges was Danielle.
Yeah.
Speaking of hosted by and judged by, this again brings it back to the Boulay Brothers. At some point, David Howard Thornton or somebody from the Terrifier franchise needs to be on the Boulay Brothers show, because they mention Terrifier and Art the Clown so much on that show.
Oh yeah. I think they were mentioned on their podcast too, right? Don't they do podcasts?
I don't know, honestly. I just watched the show. But yeah, they mention them a lot. There's been multiple looks that have come out that are inspired by art and stuff like that. So I'm like, they totally got to have someone on.
Speaking of, it just broke the record for unrated movie in the theaters.
Yeah, unrated movie, like the highest grossing unrated movie of all time. History. Besides like documentaries and stuff, I think that was one of the caveats when I was reading it. So besides a certain documentary, it's the highest grossing unrated film.
Yeah. No, awesome. Shout out to them. That's monumental for sure.
Monumental. That's one thing I was actually when you brought up the whole Terrifier thing and about them breaking records, that it came up in a conversation about that and a conversation about Skinamarink, where people are just bad mouthing either Terrifier 3 or Skinamarink for whatever. And I'm like, at the end of the day, we're talking about them. They win.
Yeah.
You know, like you're here complaining about them, which means they're on your mind.
Yeah.
They win. Yeah.
There was a huge not controversy, but on TikTok, someone made a video and everybody was like stitching it, where she's like, if I had the chance, I would go and punch the director of Terrifier 3 in the face.
Yeah,
she's like, I went to go see it, and I knew what I was walking into, but so everyone's like, what the hell? You just mentioned you knew what you were walking into. You saw the second one. And then because she was saying, she's like, it's too graphic. I had to walk out. My boyfriend, whatever. So it was just
my boyfriend was crying because he's a toddler.
So I don't know if I'm guessing it was just to get views or something. Who knows? But everybody was stitching it and giving them their 2 cents.
Yeah. Sergio is asking if we voted yet. I think the time to vote has passed, at least as far as like in person. I know around here they shut down at like 8:00. At least the ones around here, I don't know. But I voted this morning, like early this morning.
Did you get your sticker? Did you get your?
I did. I got a sticker. I got 2 stickers. I got one that I put on my hoodie, and then they were passing out ones that were designed by a 4th grader in my town. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll grab one of those too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't stick it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. So.
But other than that, we're not talking about that. All right, Serge.
Kevin voted.
I voted. Well, no, I'm just saying. Like I voted. Did you guys vote?
Yes, this morning.
Yeah. And did you vote, Angel? Yes. But other than the voting part, we're not going to discuss politics, Sergio.
No, I don't like politics. The only kind of politics I like is
the politics of love.
Bloody disgusting. Bloody disgusting. You know, speaking of hungry, hippo horror movie Hungry pits a hungry hippo up against a group of tourists.
Is that literally that someone has to be behind the hippo at all times just to like crank the tail in order for it to attack?
I don't know. So it says seemingly inspired by the classic board game Hungry Hippos, the upcoming horror movie Hungry. It's being described as a survival thriller from director James Nunn's Hungry is being sold by Signature Entertainment. Says Hungry centers on a group of holiday makers who must fight for their lives against a rampaging hippo on the loose after becoming lost in the Louisiana swamplands.
Well, they had like something on Facebook where it was like just a page dedicated to like turning old school like board games into like horror movies, where it was just like a
movies
poster
in general,
for it.
Battleship.
So I'm guessing, well, they had like Candyland, but it was
Twister.
Like, no, you know what I would do?
And stuff.
Sorry, right? I would do Sorry, right?
Have a Canadian version. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's just like the pegs, you know, the little pegs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change them. I just have like
that's what I'm saying.
Through the woods.
That hungry hippo one, have them be real hippos, but have the people just be like large marbles with wigs on.
So it says James Nunn wrote the script and is also directing the film, now in production. Nunn was the director of the recent action movie One Shot, as well as a shark attack movie called Shark Bait. So it says key behind the scenes talent on the film includes award-winning makeup effects designer Dan Martin from the Banshees of Inisherin, Possessor, which is a fucking awesome movie, and Infinity Pool, another one, and then VFX company Magic Dust. So there are going to be a lot of visual effects, makeup effects to bring the hippos to life. Stay tuned for more on Hungry.
What's it called? Starting like to take shape too. The Poohverse.
Yeah, I heard that. Did you see the Peter Pan trailer? Ryan sent it to me.
I didn't see it yet, but I knew that. I forget which one it was, like, to kick it off, but I guess Peter Pan's the one.
Yeah, it looks pretty bloody.
Does it?
I like it. Yeah, it looks pretty bloody, and I think some of the characters, from what I remember, it was a couple of days ago, but Peter Pan kind of reminded me of like Black Phone, Ethan Hawke mixed with like a Joker-esque type of he makes some weird like voice decisions.
Choices.
Hey everybody, I'm Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Peter. Hey, it's Peter.
But it's one of those things where I saw the first Blood and Honey and I was and then the second one supposedly was better. I haven't watched it yet, but I actually heard better things about it. And then that's when
they definitely they used money that they made off the first one to make a better movie, from what I heard.
So then that's when the Poohverse came out, where it was like Peter Pan, Bambi.
They're doing a thumper.
There's like 4 movies that they're getting the right.
Yeah, Ryan messaged me. He's like, I think I'm gonna dive balls first into the Poohverse.
That's what he said to me. I said, I think they only made 2, and he's like, no, check this out. And I was like, huh.
And then I said, be careful, because you may get poop on your nuts.
Be careful what you wish for.
Poohverse. But yeah,
poop on your nuts though.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
forward.
Said poop on your nuts.
I heard
poop.
I heard
your nuts. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so look out for the Poohverse and Peter Pans and all that, and Hungry Hippos.
I know you wanted to talk about a trailer.
Yeah, bring it up. Werewolves. I think it dropped last week. I'm always late, dog. So if you guys already seen it, I'm sorry.
You mentioned it to me. I hadn't seen it.
I like a good werewolves.
I like a good scary werewolf.
I like a good wolf.
Scare wolf.
So I thought that this was cool because it was bring it up, man, so we can
go bring it.
Pinocchio's the other one.
Pinocchio's. But yeah, we got Frank Grillo with the minigun, bro. Official trailer. But yeah, I saw this dropped
in the trash. Sorry.
a little bit ago.
So when you said werewolves, I was thinking of the Wolfman. Like I didn't know what they were calling the Wolfman, because I know they're redoing that too.
So this is like, I guess the premise from what is like the Purge meets
werewolves. Because there's going to be a purge. Why not make it even more terrifying?
Look at that. That's a little Dog Soldier-esque.
They're supposedly making a remake to Dog Soldiers.
Why can't you stay?
Called Dog Soldiers. With a Z in an S.
Yeah, but see, always be ready for the werewolves.
We are all soldiers now.
Oh.
Tonight, when that sun sets, it's gonna be every man for himself.
What?
We have a 9-hour window to test and report our.
Hey,
that's Lazamba. That's why we're Lazamba. I said Lazamba.
Necesita un poquito de werewolves.
La Bamba.
Can it be
that's the only thing I had to add.
He looks good.
He does.
He has to be in his like at least
early mid-30s.
This could be a scene out of like the new Venom.
No, because I heard that movie was abysmal.
I don't know.
The new Venom.
Ooh,
it was really bad.
Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
You will run. You will stop and be out of breath. Your name is Kevin. You will hide.
I'm here.
Oh, you will fall to the ground and give up. They will hunt you down.
Bite me.
I see what he did there, because wolves bite. They bite.
Frank Grillo. Doing Frank Grillo shit.
Strange way to aim a gun.
I like it.
Straight up.
This looks oh hell yeah.
Werewolves.
Oh. December
Only in
6th.
theaters, December 6th.
Just in time for Christmas.
Well, good thing is it'll
That's
be
what I think
streaming
of.
on
Santa
December
Claus and
7th.
werewolves.
Yeah, I mean that looks pretty dope. I like.
But it'll be streaming. What? Oh,
What?
it's
No,
still
it's
playing in the
theaters.
background.
Still in theaters.
The whatchamacallit? It'll be streaming quick. So I'll probably wait. To see
You
it
think
streaming.
so?
Yeah, probably.
All right, that sucks.
Yeah,
you don't have any faith in Frank.
I don't.
The werewolves.
I don't.
So one of the other things we were talking about movies before we came on here and different topics to talk about. Connected to Block of Horror, which we're streaming on now and such. One of the partners is Red Tower Entertainment, which I kind of went down a wormhole and checked out all this stuff. And they have a few shorts that they had a film festival with a bunch of shorts, but then they also do their own as an entertainment company. Yeah. And one of them definitely caught my eye. It was called Grimace Shake Massacre. So a couple of years ago on TikTok, when it was like a berry shake that McDonald's came out with. It was purple.
I remember that.
People were pretending to drink it and like die or whatever.
Yeah, so catastrophic events happen from said sup.
So they took it and made a short. So then I'm like, oh, that one was really well made. And then that's when I found the film festival with a couple ones that were, they had a award show that
it's the Spooktacular, right?
Yeah, and they what I guess we're streaming on now. They did a live award presentation.
Yeah, they did.
Which I missed, but then they had the video for it on their on their YouTube. So I sat down and watched some of the shorts that were nominated and won awards. So
yeah, this is
definitely check them out for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. You said one of the ones you mentioned was Holy Moly.
Unholy Moly, which was really a fun one. It's like a horror comedy. Then there was one, The House Three Doors Down or something, or Three Houses Down is what it was called, where it's a Christmas horror movie with an elf that ends up going to the wrong house, and you'll find out why. Because I think you would enjoy watching it. So
the Murder Birds. All right.
Remember that sound? I know, right?
There's a few things I checked out on the Netflixes.
On Netflix?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for like true crime stuff.
Yeah.
And there was some things I was just poking through, and they seemed interesting. Like like they've never been able to truly identify the Zodiac killer. So there's like still new Zodiac documentaries and stuff coming out.
Yeah,
there's one called "This Is Me, Zodiac Speaking."
Yeah, me, myself, and Zodiac.
This is me. It's a me. It is Zodiac. And it was really good.
Yeah, I saw the like the previews for it. Is this the one that they're saying like this might be the Zodiac, but this just might be a crazy guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he definitely did some stuff.
Yeah. But
I don't know. He was like the coach. Like he was like the guy that everyone like went to, and like all this other stuff. But it was a very interesting documentary.
How many episodes?
I think it's 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah, I like these bite-sized docus.
Yep. And then there was another one, and I'm sorry because I'm going to offend somebody, but it's Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter is what it's called. And it's about this woman who gives up her daughter for adoption. When it's born, she doesn't have the means to raise her. And I think shortly after she has her daughter, she goes into like kind of like a bad life for a while, like for a good bit. And then as she gets older, she wants to reconnect with her daughter. And she is on the search for her. And she ends up finding out that her daughter has been missing for like a wicked long time and all this other stuff. And then she finds the adoptive parents and, whatever. She's like, there's something about these parents that don't make sense and whatever. Like, So she has all these weird inklings and everything, and then there's a whole like weird backstory to the father, the adopted father, that is, and it was done really well. I'm gonna cough again. Sorry. I was wicked sick the end of last week. But the one thing that I couldn't help but think is that this woman looked like the real life Longlegs, and it's just like I felt bad because she's obviously like a person who is like struggling, like with her emotions, looking for her daughter and all these other things and whatever. But I'm just like, she obviously had some substance abuse or something in her past or whatever, and she's like done like some too much plastic surgery or something to try to make up for it, like over the years or something. But that being said, it was really good, so I recommend checking it out. That's from this year as well,
and it's called "I'm Sorry I Lost My Daughter."
That's called "Oops, Me Long Legs Lost Me Daughter." No, it's Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter. All right, yeah. So
I recommend them both. They were both a good watch. And what is that show? I saw one episode of that. It was like that newer show. I think it's on Paramount Plus. That Bruce Campbell's in.
No idea.
You don't know? But there's a new show that it's like kind of like on the same vibes of like, it's not Ash versus Evil Dead. It's more like younger, I guess, than that. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe not as young as I'm leading on to be. Maybe like Scott versus Pure Evil or whatever, or the Book of Pure Evil.
No, I have to look it up.
But similar like vibe or feel as that show, but it's a new show that's on, I think it's on Paramount Plus, but it's Bruce Campbell is like a cop in it.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Yeah, but it's I saw one episode and it was pretty fun. So good that I haven't gone back for more.
All right. So True Crimes,
and Bruce Campbell's.
True Crimes and Bruce Campbell's. All right. So speaking of Bruce Campbell, you like The Weeknd? You know The Weeknd?
I think we all like The Weeknd, especially this one coming up because it's a long weekend.
I'm talking about the
musical artist.
The musical artist, The Weeknd. He's making his feature debut starring in a Lionsgate psychological thriller called Hurry Up Tomorrow. So it says Lionsgate has acquired a worldwide theatrical distribution rights to the film, and it's going to star The Weeknd, known as Abel Tesfaye. So it says the Hurry Up Tomorrow will be an extension of The Weeknd's upcoming 6th studio album of the same title, which will stand alongside the film scored by The Weeknd and Daniel Lopatin. So it says the Grammy-winning artist is going to star alongside Scream actor Jenna Ortega, and then Barry Keoghan, Trey Edward Schultz from It Comes at Night, and then Terry Edward Schultz is going to write and direct Hurry Up Tomorrow. So they said it's a psychological thriller that will usher in a new cinematic experience for the fans, and they're thrilled to be bringing it into the audience worldwide. So reason why I do like The Weeknd as an artist, and I did see that his latest album, well, his last album was a little more. They had like longer visual representations of the songs, like kind of like mini shorts. And some of his music videos have always had certain like a cinematic flair. So I don't see this as like a what the hell kind of move. So it's like just more of a expansion, and I think it's should be pretty good because some of his the After Hours was he had a lot of changes. Like they had like weird special effects, like makeup and all that stuff, with like a bandaged head throughout some of the story bylines. So but yeah, he also got a Fangoria cover.
That's cool. In
2022 from that. So
neat.
Yeah. So
I don't know that much about like his like video stuff, so it wouldn't be a natural thing for me. So that's good to hear.
Yeah. So it's cool though. So I'm glad that we'll see, because
I'm glad we'll see as well.
I'm glad we'll see. I'm glad we'll see what.
I'm glad we'll have vision.
Yeah, we'll have vision. And then
hopefully,
one more thing, Babadook.
What about it?
You guys like the Babadook from
like
30 years ago?
It was all right.
30 years ago.
I liked it. It was 10
I liked
years
it.
ago.
That kid was the most annoying person in
that was
whole freaking movie.
Tony. That was the point.
Yes, but
Tony, that was the point.
Yes, but sometimes if
did his job great.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if I really like the movie and there's an annoying character in it, I can look past it. When I don't really like the movie and there's a very annoying character in it, it just ruins the movie for me. It was that I must say, like, if I was the mother in the car, that one car scene, I would have stopped that car so quick and just had him fly into the back seat. I must say.
I must say. You just turned into Ed Grimley.
So we know that, so Jennifer Kent with the Babadook 10 years ago, and then we saw her in Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. What is it? Cabinet of Curiosities.
That
with her little story in the anthology series. But they're saying that her next project, she's coming back to horror, guys.
Babadook 2.
She's coming back. No,
Babadooks.
But we're about she said we're about to announce something that's going ahead. It's a film based on a book, and then it's like bold lettering. So pay attention. It says it's a very well known horror book, but she can't really say more than that at this point. And that was back in September, and then now some website called The World of Real claims to have cracked the mystery. And they're saying Jennifer Kent's next movie will adapt the Clive Barker novel, The Thief of Always, which was published back in 1992. So it says the plot of Thieves concerns a 10-year-old boy who journeys to a magical house only to discover its master uses the home to attract children and steal their youth.
Ooh.
So let's see, because they the cover of it is it's weird. It's kind of like a Baba Yaga type house with a face on it. But I like Clive Barker.
I like Clive Barker.
And then I like Baba Dukes.
I like the Dukes.
So I think we'll
take a little Babas and the Dukes. I'll put them together and get some Baba Dukes.
Yeah, so so
on that note,
lots of stuff coming. Oh, I also saw Alien Romulus. Finally, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Nope.
Not yet.
No, I'd recommend it. That's it. I thought it was dope. It had some good callbacks. I won't spoil it since you guys didn't see it. But yeah, I'm you can bucket list checked off.
Cool.
One of the new movies that I guess is gonna wrap up the whole thing, but Hell House is coming out with another movie.
Oh yes,
I think it's gonna wrap up the whole
Hell House LLC.
Lolaka.
Yeah.
Hell House.
Oh, I also started Woman of the Hour. It's pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, so
that's the Anna Kendrick.
Yeah,
one?
Directed and written and all that shit.
It's like a thriller type movie, right?
Yeah, it's a thriller. It says drama. That's the only thing on Netflix. It says drama, but if you know the backstory on it, you're like, it's a little darker than drama. I mean, there is drama behind.
Come on, guys.
But
the guy's asking if they're gonna make more Halloween horror movies.
I think so.
I mean, the money's there.
I think so.
Also, have any of you guys seen the new Joker movie?
No.
I put it on for 4 minutes, and I was like, no.
You're like, this isn't Terrifier 3.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't watched it. I'm kind of a little scared too.
So am I, because I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, I'm a little.
But I also
scared.
like King of Comedy even more.
Yeah. Is it time to wrap up?
Oh yeah, it's time.
All right. So before we do wrap up, I just want to say next week we're gonna have the people from Black of Horror on. as guests for the episode. So make sure you come back for that. And then it's gonna be awesome. Awesome people.
Yeah, I definitely have a few questions because they actually I saw them on Instagram.
Yeah,
I guess it was the creators. They did like a live kind of walkthrough type deal.
Yeah.
And I guess they were doing it on Twitch and Instagram or whatever because I did ask some questions and I never answered me.
What a loser!
Yeah. I think right now they're streaming on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and then the Prophets Theater, which that's where we're at now. But yeah, we'll get some answers. We'll get some answers.
He asked questions next week, and they just don't. They just stop and look right at him.
Yeah, who is this guy?
But anyways,
they'll be here. I just want to give them a shout out again. Make sure if you're listening right now, go check out blockofhorror.com.
Yes.
Sign up. They got a virtual world that's fucking awesome with movie theater, which they did the movies that Tony was talking about. Red Tower Entertainment had their film festival there, and then also Block of Horror just had their Blacktoberfest 2024 banging out the theaters, which you should have already voted for, depending on when you're listening to this. Congratulations if you won. And then they got radio stations, they got a mall with a bunch of stuff on it. But next weekend they'll explain more, and then they'll probably have a little screen share so you can see. Yeah. So make sure if you're listening, you come to the live show so you can catch a glimpse of what's going on. But wrap it up. Sergio probably saying
he's like, guys, hurry up. I've been having to pee for an hour and 5 minutes. No, So Angel.
Oh, hey.
Where can people follow you?
Just go to Chaos Manus on Instagrams, on the Twitters or X, whatever you want to call it. And for sure, check out the podcast, That Strange Show. We got a episode up there where we talk about Temu babies and all that kind of stuff.
Babies.
And we covered We Are Zombies, which I liked for a lot of reasons, but some of you guys didn't. So it's a good episode. So go check it out. It's a short and sweet one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, go hit that up, and then go check out Block of Horror.
Okay. All right, sure. Tony.
You can find me at Tony Has Nine Fingers on YouTube, where I do movie reviews, unboxings, anything movie related. You'll find me there. Tony Has Nine Fingers on X, which I don't use. Twix. Tony Has Nine Fingers on TikTok, which is my fastest growing social media. So find me there most of the time. Tony's Movies on Instagram, where I show off the movies behind me. And of course, here on the Wicked Horror Show, in my mind, I almost said the Dorkening.
You did it last week too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But you can find us on the Wicked Horror Show, where we either have guests or it's talk like this, where we just shoot the shit, as Kevin would say. But definitely check us out 9 p.m. most Tuesdays, and definitely check us out live. If you're listening now, definitely check us out next week for a virtual tour possibly of Block of Horror, because you can, I guess if you listen to us, you can kind of imagine it and give your own thoughts to it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so glorious.
But definitely check us out. Either way, we appreciate it. And Kevin.
Yes. You mentioned the Dorkening. I also want to point out that we are part of the Dorkening Podcast Network, as well as Dead of Winter Entertainment.
Yeah.
And besides all of that jazz, also before he leaves, Sergio's saying have a good night to everyone. So have a good night, Sergio.
Good night, Sergio.
And you can find me A Knuckle on Instagram. Besides doing this show, I'm also part of That Strange Show, and the every Blue Moon episode of Re-Education Nancy and Ritter.
I would say you're on hiatus right now.
Oh yes, a very hiatus indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching / listening, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, I hope your team wins.
It's what are they? People have been calling it a gender reveal party tomorrow morning. Yeah,
I guess we'll see.
Anyway, yeah, probably not till Thursday. Anyways, bye.
Bye.
It's ending 1 second. It's ending still.